Coming up in this video, I'm going to show you how you set up and the simple steps that you can follow to set up an external monitor or a second monitor to your computer, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. So stay tuned right here on ES Repair. Hello, and welcome to another episode by ES Repair. I am your host, Mr. Fix-It. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a second monitor or an external monitor. For example, laptops and desktops can be used on more than one monitor. Now there are three stages that I will go through. I'm going to show you the different connections that you can also use. You want to be sure that your monitor and your laptop or desktop do support the interface connections such as VGA, DVI, or HDMI. And I will go through that. So let's get started. Here I have it set up, and I'm going to show you how to connect as an external monitor. This is also known as dual view. You will also see it on computers, graphic cards, especially if a lot of the new graphic cards, new PCs that are out now, including laptops, do come with dual view capabilities. Now you'll notice, let me see if I can slide this one around. You will notice that these computers will have an external port right here. This one here has S-Video. This one here, it's also got a VGA, and it's also got HDMI, which is over here next to my USB port. Now with these here, as I'm going to show you, I'm plug my audio back in. What this is going to do is allow you to connect multiple monitors. Now here, this is like a 17-inch monitor. This one here is a 22-inch monitor. Now you can see there's a big difference between the sizes, but this one here has a regular desktop monitor. This one here is a laptop monitor. And this one here has speakers built into it. Now, one of the things here I'm going to show you is to use an external monitor and how to set one of these up to use in different functions. You can do cloning, you can do separations, such as you can set them for different things. Or you can switch this one off and use your external monitor only. And I'm going to show you how to do all three of these. First thing we need to do is, when you buy a monitor, let me go ahead and turn this one around. You need to know what kind it is, or what I should phrase it as is its interface type. You also have the VGA, which most monitors all accept them. Let me get these out of the way. VGA is one of the older ones. You've probably seen these like on the CRT models. It's these here, and they have the 15 pins. Now the ones on the computer will be females. This one here is a male. It's got the pins on here, and a lot of them are identified by the blue color. The pin, the receptacle or the female plug on the computer will either be black or it's blue. In most cases they're blue, and this is what it fits into. Now these also have the screws in the back, and this allows you to screw it in to the computer to secure it. Now the next one that came out were the DVIs. Now the DVIs are digital video interface. There's two versions. There are DVI-Ds and DVI-Is, and they're separated because of this pin over here. And most of them, this pin here is just a single spade is what it is, and the other ones will have 4 other pins in a square with that in the middle. Now most of these computers will use these. The other extra pins are for the separation of the colors, and that's what these look like. Well, now the newer version now, and you'll see a lot of these in TVs and now monitors, and I will get to TVs in a different video because I'm going to show you how you can hook a computer up to a TV in a separate video. This one here is your HDMI. Now as you can see, it's much smaller. It's even smaller than the VGA, which is you have here. It's much smaller. As you can see, it's even smaller than DVDs. Now the HDMIs here are more advanced because these can also transmit audio signals, digital audio, to your TV or to your monitor, whichever you're using. But again, I will do the TVs in a different video. Now, when you get the monitor, you'll notice on the box when you buy these, it'll tell you what interfaces it uses. This one here can use VGA, which is the older version that we were talking about, or it can use a DVI, which is these right here. If I can get it out here, there we go. It's a DVIs, and I also have a PC audio in. And what this will do, allow me to take the audio from here and plug it into the monitor so I can have my audio. So let me go ahead and do that. If you can see it here, I've got my audio cord already plugged in to my headphone jack, or in your case, if it's a desktop, then it would be the line out. Let me go ahead and plug it in. Some of these can be difficult to plug in. You just have to tilt it up to find the plug and then plug it in. Now this monitor here, I'm going to use my DVI. Now this cord here that I'm using is much different. This is known as an adapter, and you can get these adapters where it'll convert one format to a different format. So my laptop here only has HDMI output, but I have a monitor that uses DVI. So this adapter allows me to switch between the two formats. So let me go ahead and plug this one in. Now when you plug them in, you want to make sure they're secure. Screw them down. DVI plugs and VGAs are the only two that have screws on the end of the plugs. And this allows you to secure them in. Now one thing I want to point out is that you don't see screws on the HDMIs. That's because they have the same things, kind of like what the USBs have. They have indentations that allows them to be plugged in and lock and keep them from moving around. Now, let me go ahead and turn the monitor around As you can see, I've got my DVI plugged in, I've got it screwed in, I've got my AC plugged in, my speakers are plugged in. Now I'm ready to set it up. There, now everything's set. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug my HDMI into my laptop. Now if I can there we go. Now when you plug it in, you'll feel a little click like the USB plugs do. Now, not always will it automatically set up. I mean, this one here has already been set up. We turn the power on. And now you can see all of the stuff. Now it's going to say that it's going to sleep because it's not detecting the signal. This is fine because this computer isn't set up to it yet. Now sometimes when you plug them in, the computer will automatically clone it. And in most cases it will bring up the video dialog or your graphics card dialog. Or I should say the control panel. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Now this one here is NVIDIA, and you'll find these in control panel. You may need to go to classic view, which is this is Windows Vista, or you need to go to the top right hand corner. Let me go ahead and show you. You may come up to the category view. In Vista, you'll see it over here in the left where it says to classic view. Click on that. With Windows 7, you'll also see it up here. It'll say view by in the top right hand screen, and then just click on category and then choose large or small icons. And when you do that, it'll bring up to all the icons. What we need is, in my case, I have NVIDIA. You'll have ATI or Intel, NVIDIA, and open it up. Now here you'll see I'm setting up multiple displays, as you can see right here at the top. Here it's set for laptop display. Now what I'm going to do, once the drivers are installed, you can choose HP W22, which is this one over here. This is the 22-inch screen or monitor that I'm going to use. Now if you get the same type of monitor, like this is an HP laptop or HP computer, the monitors, you'd have less trouble if you get the same brand for the computer, because a lot of times the manufacturers will install extra drivers for their products on that computer. So if you install another HP monitor, the drivers are already on the computer. A lot of manufacturers do that. So now what I'm going to do is I can change up here. It says choose an in-view display, which that's NVIDIA's code name as to what it's called for in-view. Display mode. Now you have three choices. You can only use one display, you can use a clone display, or you can configure each display separately. Now the first one I'm going to demonstrate. This is the default. This is what it's set for now. However, if I go to number 2 and drop the list, I can choose between the laptop and this one by simply doing this. If I want to go from this screen to this screen, I'll select my 22-inch screen. You'll notice that the name changes. Then you'll notice down here, this is the only one that's going to list. I do apologize if it's hard to see them. I'm trying to get both screens in the view so you can see how I'm doing this. Now, once you select the monitor or your external monitor, now you can come down here. In the bottom right hand corner, you'll see it in Apply. Click Apply and watch what happens. Now we just switch from this one to this one. Now, if something goes wrong, and during the process you'll get this message, Apply Settings. Now, if you don't respond to that, it will automatically revert to the original condition or the previous setting that worked. So let me choose it again. Now, it's a good thing to do, because if the screen doesn't appear like you thought it would, then don't respond and it'll revert back to the other condition. Now, let's go ahead and choose yes. Now, even though the computer is here, it turns off the built-in screen here. And now I can use my 22-inch screen. It's much bigger, it's got a higher resolution, and then you can program it as to what you want the resolutions and how everything else. So everything's going to go from this computer to that computer. Next, let me show you how to do clones. This is known as cloning. And what it's going to do is it's going to display the same exact information on both monitors. Now, this comes in handy, so if you're doing a presentation, you can use a laptop, use an external display device such as projectors and stuff, and then project it on a wall, and then you can see exactly what's on your screen and what's on the wall for everybody else to see. Now, another thing you can do, let me show you, is once you choose the clone, over here, choose Apply, watch what happens. Now, let's see here, it didn't choose it for me. There you go. Now we have both screens. Both screens are identical. This one is set. This one is set, displaying the same exact thing. Now you can choose, and what this is, you'll have the plus sign and it'll show you the two monitors together. This one here is going to show you which one you're going to use as a primary. When you're cloning, it won't matter. We can choose the screens, such as that. And what it does is it's going to default to whatever screen's resolution. Choose Apply. Notice how the resolution's changed. Based upon which monitor is primary, the clone monitor will be using the same resolution as the primary. Now, again, this is the clone. Let me switch the 22-inch to primary. As you can see here, now it's going to be primary, and then that's going to be second. Choose Apply. Notice how the resolutions has changed. What's happening is this monitor is set up on a lower resolution. Well, since this is set for primary, this is the clone, then this resolution is going to be duplicated to that one. Now, let me switch it back. Let me make the laptop display primary. Choose Apply. And there you go. Whichever monitor you're going to use as a primary, the other one's a clone. It's going to duplicate whatever the first one or the primary monitor is doing, even including displays. Well, missed it. Let me put it back on there. And so if something gets messed up where you can't see the screen, it will revert back if you don't respond. As you can see here, it gives you like 15 seconds. Okay, now everything's been cloned. You can see the high resolution because this is the primary thing. This is the clone. This is going to copy everything this monitor is doing, even the settings. Now, another one I want to show you is you can also set these monitors separately, where this monitor displays one thing, this monitor displays a different thing. For an example, let me show you. Let me go ahead and configure them separately. Now we can choose the primary device, which I'm going to use my HP 22-inch computer. It wants to know which device is going to be primary. Primary means it's going to be that display that Windows will use. So I'm going to put everything on this computer or on that screen. I'm going to choose it as my primary Windows use. Choose apply. Watch what happens. Notice that everything went to this monitor. This monitor is considered primary now. This is second. Now, let me go ahead and click yes before it reverts back. Now everything's cleared up. Now watch what I can do now. Let me minimize the window. Let me drag it. Notice what's happening between the two. Now that I'm separating them separately, I can go between the windows. Actually, what it's doing is broadening the window. I can drag it over here and minimize it, have it set up right here. Now over here, I can just turn that off. Open up a different program. Now this is going to be another video I'm going to be doing later on. Now once the program comes up, now I can do all kinds of things. Now it's telling me here that there's a new version for the program. Well, I'll deal with that later. Now I can do two different things. I can have this over here, and do two different things. So now, if I want to, I can go and close this one off. Let me go this one over here. Now I can slide this back over here. Maximize. Let me move it out of the way. Now I can move my browser over here. And there you go. Now let me go to our channel. And there you go. Now you see our channel on this computer. Now I could sit here and browse YouTube, all that stuff, watch channels from our subscribers, watch videos that they upload. And on this computer, on the screen here on the left, I can do something else. Such as, I can edit my website. And then I can watch a video on here. Hell, I can even watch a DVD movie if I wanted. Now the thing is when you're doing dual monitors, you have to make sure that the graphics card is capable of doing dual views. Now depending on the size of the monitor will also depend if the graphics card can handle it. If the graphics card can handle it, most of the ones from 512 megabytes on up can handle larger monitors, screen resolutions. So let me go ahead and I can do that. Exit out of that. And over here I can still watch videos. I can it's kind of like multitasking. I can do one or the other. And this is basically on how you set up dual view monitors. So now I can go ahead and close out. Now I'm going to show you what happens. Now when you have them separated, you can click on the back of this one here, as you see here, and you can personalize each monitor separately. Now let's say, now if you remember, I had Google Chrome over here. The desktop's over here. All this is doing is expanding the desktop. Now, let me show you what happens when you're in dual view. Now, if I was to click on Google, or I'm using Google Chrome here, it pops up over here. Why? Because it was last used on this monitor. It don't pop over here, it pops over here. Now, once you get that done, let me go ahead and move it back. Notice that I can put it over here now. Now, you can put everything over here that you want. You can do multitasking. You can run two separate programs, one on this screen, one on that screen. And this is one of the advantages of having dual monitors. You can either convert your small screen to a larger screen, or you can have the same size screens and just do multitasking between the two. Well, that concludes this video. I've shown you how simple it is to set up a second monitor to your computer. And as you can see, it's fairly simple. A lot of it is pretty much self-explanatory. When you plug it in, the computer will take care of it. All you have to do is just tell Windows exactly what that monitor is going to be used for. Well, I hope this video was informative and helped you out. I will be doing a video to show you how to connect a computer to a TV. So please stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel if you liked everything that you see on our video. We do have plenty of videos to watch. And we want to thank you for allowing us to reach 3,000 subscribers. As I've made this video, I want everybody to take care. And thank you for watching this video.